have a team of 21 right now for Validate. It's a pretty big team. It's a crazy big team for indie games. But who is your team? Validate has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something may be okay, but it was really a microaggression. And no one wants to deal with that while they're trying to make a game that they love.
Okay, so let's talk about what the hell is going on in the video game industry. So previously, for the last few decades, people have been able to play a game without politics, without having people trying to shove certain ideals down people's throats. But lately, a bunch of woke activists, far left extremists, have sneaked into the video game industry, and now they're trying to infiltrate and spread their points of view, their politics, throughout the industry. We've seen this in Hollywood. We've seen this in other forms of entertainment like theme parks, mainly Disney World. We got all kinds of crap going on. So these same people, they're now into the video game industry. You want to play a video game, you want to just relax, have a good time with your friends or whatever, you have to deal with left-wing talking points. You have to deal with left-wing ideology. So what's the latest thing going on? We have this lady who used to work for Sweet Baby Inc. We know that company, they're in big trouble for trying to spread left-wing ideology into video games. And now she's working for another company doing the same thing. So this Black Panther game that's coming up, it looks like it's DOA. It looks like it's dead on arrival because people know about the racism. This lady is blatantly racist. In her comments, she's blatantly racist and who she hires and how she treats people. So we're going to read this article here. We're going to read about what the hell is going on. This subdivision by EA, a major video game studio, their subdivision and their open racism. So let's look at what the hell is going on here. So we saw her comments at the beginning talking about she doesn't hire white people. Oh, they create an unsafe environment. It's terrible to stereotype people like that because if you had some white video game executive, CEO or whatever, if they said, oh yeah, we don't hire black people, it's not safe here. We don't want those black people in our environment because they're going to create microaggressions, whatever the hell that even means. I still don't know what the hell a microaggression is. But let's go ahead and read a little bit. Despite admitting there are no white people on their team, Lalanders believes that they have previously faced discrimination in the video game industry due to their race. In the same Game Devs of Color, what the hell is that? Expo interview, Lalanders says, I'm clearly not a white person. I'm clearly not a white man. As a black, non-binary woman, a lot of people did not take me seriously when I first joined the industry, which I think is kind of crazy because I'm making a game just like everyone else. So why wouldn't you take me seriously? Is it because I'm black? It probably is. Or maybe because you're racist. Maybe because you make comments that people don't want to hear. You push people away with your blatant racism. The London has since become the associate narrative designer of the EA-owned studio Cliffhanger Games. According to the studio's ex-bio, Cliffhanger Games is a new AAA studio from EA specializing in player-driven narratives and expansive reactive worlds, currently developing a game based on Marvel's Black Panther. So what the hell does that gobbledygook mean? That means that this subdivision, they are a bunch of left-wing activists. Left-wing activists working in the video game space. They're going to write a narrative, a story. They're going to create characters. They're doing this Black Panther game, and they're going to create a narrative that pushes left-wing ideology. The priority is not to create a nice, fun experience that'll make people shelve out their money, their hard-earned money to buy this game, to make people want to talk about this game and say, hey, it's great, you need to go play it. No, the goal, main priority is to spread left-wing ideology. We need to talk about LGBT, LMNOP. We need to talk about socialism. We need to talk about how bad the white man is. That's the priority in these games. But they want the same white man to go out and buy this game because most of the population who plays video games, most gamers, are white men. So you talk trash about these people and try to force them to accept your points of view, and then you ask them to spend their hard-earned money on your game after you did the Completely ridiculous. In a post on EA's website in July last year titled Meet Cliffhanger Games, lead Kevin Stevens said, "We're dedicated to delivering fans a definitive and authentic Black Panther experience, giving them more agency and control over their narrative than they have ever experienced in a story-driven video game. Wakanda is a rich superhero sandbox, and our mission is to develop an epic world for players who love Black Panther and want to explore the world of Wakanda as much as we do," says Stevens. So here's the problem with that. That all sounds good if you actually did the right thing, if you actually use true video game creativity, if you try to make a fun sandbox, something fun that the fans can do. But here's the problem. We've seen y'all work before. Let's look at Validate. This game here, man. So this is a picture from their Twitter account. So this is a game, some type of simulation game where you're supposed to go on dates or whatever. Some crap. I never heard of this game until researching for this video, but I guess these are your options. This is who you have to pick. A bunch of quote unquote women of color, a bunch of fugly bigums, a bunch of overweight diverse people. So this is these people work. And now they're coming saying, now we're going to do Black Panther. I need to see what the hell they're going to put in this game. Is she going to be fat too? How many gay characters? How many rainbow flags? How much of this BS are we going to see in this game? It's an incredibly rare opportunity to build a new team around the values of diversity, collaboration, and empowerment, Steven went on to say. See, you're not hiring the best people. You're not hiring the most creative minds. You're not hiring the best developers, the best artists, the best people with graphics. No. You're going out there and intentionally hiring Black people or Latinos or whoever the hell else you're hiring, but you're avoiding hiring white people. Look, you're a great artist, and I think you have a great resume, but nah, we don't need you on the team. You're too white. But make sure you tell other white people to come out and buy the game once we release it. This whole thing gets utterly ridiculous. But I don't think that these people are going to last in the video game industry. Unlike Hollywood, I don't think you get as many chances. Once you feel something, you fill up a project with racism, you fill up a project with left-wing ideology, and the audience says hell no, like they're constantly doing with Disney in the box office. Disney has enough money to handle that. But once you start pushing it into video games and these games flop, you invest all this money in these games and they completely flop and the studio loses all its money, they're going to get rid of your ass. So you can go somewhere else with those left-wing racist talking points. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this story. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.